What's up, Cowboys Nation? This is absolutely insane breaking news, and I had to jump on camera right away because we have a huge bombshell coming straight out of Dallas. The Cowboys have reportedly signed five-time Pro Bowler Super Bowl champion and one of the most respected cornerbacks of his generation, Stefon Gilmore. And yes, this is coming straight from the top, as Jerry Jones himself has confirmed it. Cowboys fans, this is not a drill. This is real. This is happening, and I can barely sit still right now because this changes everything for the Cowboys defense, for their secondary, and for what this team could look like heading into the new NFL season. Now, let's dive deep into exactly what this means, why this move makes so much sense, and how this instantly makes Dallas one of the scariest defensive units in the entire league. You all remember how dominant Gilmore was in his prime? Defensive Player of the Year, multiple Pro Bowl nods, first team All-Pro selections, and that lockdown ability that could erase an opposing team's best wide receiver from the game entirely. Even though he's a veteran now, the man's instincts, his football IQ, and his ability to read quarterbacks remain elite. When you look at what Dan Quinn, now the Cowboys defensive coordinator and a defensive mastermind, loves to do, disguise coverages, rotate safeties, and play aggressive press man coverage, Stefon Gilmore is the perfect fit, and pairing him opposite Trevon Diggs, that's nightmare fuel for opposing quarterbacks. You've got one corner who's a ball hawk and thrives on baiting quarterbacks into risky throws, and now another who's a technician, a tactician, someone who studies root concepts and rarely makes mistakes. This balance could finally give the Cowboys defense the edge it's been looking for since last season's playoff run. Think about it. Last season, the Cowboys' defense was already among the league's best in takeaways and quarterback pressures, led by Micah Parsons, who is playing like a Defensive Player of the Year candidate every single year. Now, imagine quarterbacks trying to get rid of the ball quicker to avoid Micah's pressure, but when they look downfield, what do they see? Trevon Diggs on one side, Stefon Gilmore on the other, both ready to pounce on any off-target throw. This move could create a ripple effect that elevates the entire defensive unit. The safeties like Malik Hooker and Jaron Kearse will have more freedom to roam. The linebackers can play more aggressively, knowing that the corners are locking down outside routes, and the defensive line can feast because the coverage will force quarterbacks to hold the ball just a second longer. It's the kind of complementary football that great defenses thrive on, and it's exactly what Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office envisioned when they started emphasizing defense as the foundation of this team. Now, let's talk about the timing of this move, because that's just as interesting. Dallas fans have been waiting, begging for that one big splash in free agency or a late season signing that sends a message, and this is it. For years, people have criticized Jerry Jones for being too cautious, for talking big but not pulling the trigger on elite talent when the opportunity presents itself. But this time, he made it happen. Bringing in Stefon Gilmore isn't just about talent, it's about leadership, mentorship, and championship DNA. Remember, Gilmore has been through it all, from his early years in Buffalo to his dominant years with New England, where he helped the Patriots capture a Super Bowl title. He knows what it takes to win, he knows how to prepare, and he knows how to elevate everyone around him. That's invaluable in a locker room full of young stars like Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, and CeeDee Lamb. The Cowboys are trying to take that next step from playoff contender to Super Bowl contender, and this is the kind of move that helps bridge that gap. You can also feel how this will energize the fan base. Cowboys Nation has been hungry for something to celebrate, something that reignites that Super Bowl dream that's been lingering for decades now. And what better way to spark that hope than by adding a proven veteran like Gilmore, who's still playing at a high level and brings instant credibility. This signing tells us that Jerry Jones is all in, that he's not content with just making the playoffs or being a good team. He wants a championship. You can imagine the locker room right now, guys texting each other, hyped messages flying around, Micah probably already tweeting fire emojis, Diggs probably already thinking about how much more aggressive he can be with Gilmore locking down the other side. It's that kind of contagious energy that can change the mood of a team overnight. But let's break down what this could look like schematically. Gilmore's presence means Dan Quinn has the flexibility to play more man coverage, to trust his corners on islands, which opens up more blitz opportunities. That means we could see even more creative pressure looks with Parsons moving all over the field, lining up as an edge rusher one play, dropping into coverage the next, maybe even stunting inside with DeMarcus Lawrence. This kind of versatility makes the Cowboys incredibly difficult to game plan against. Quarterbacks will have to account for Parsons on every play, but now they'll also have to think twice about testing either of those corners. Gilmore's technique and patience at the line of scrimmage will also help Diggs develop the finer aspects of his own game, turning him from just a playmaker into a more complete corner. Gilmore has a reputation for studying film obsessively, understanding route combinations, and positioning himself perfectly to make plays without taking unnecessary risks. Something that Diggs, with his gambler's mentality, can definitely learn from. For fans watching right now, just take a second to think about how far this defense has come. A few years ago, Dallas was known for its offense, for outscoring teams rather than shutting them down, but now it's the defense that's setting the tone, that's dictating games. Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, DeMarcus Lawrence, now Stefon Gilmore. That's a core any team would dream of. It's a group that can not only dominate statistically, but change the culture entirely. This is the kind of move that says, we're not just here to compete, we're here to win it all. In Cowboys Nation, let's be honest, we've been waiting for this kind of statement move for a long time. We've seen other teams make those bold signings that push them over the top. Like the Rams adding Von Miller, the Bucks bringing in Tom Brady, and now it's finally Dallas's turn to take that swing. The question now is, how far can this team go? Because if Gilmore stays healthy and plays at the level we know he's capable of, this secondary could easily be top 3 in the NFL. Combine that with a front 7 that's already elite, and you're looking at a defense that could carry this team deep into January and maybe, just maybe, all the way to February. So, Cowboys fans, this is your moment to get excited. This is the move we've been waiting for. Stefon Gilmore is officially a Dallas Cowboy, and Jerry Jones has made it clear the time to win is now. The Cowboys aren't just talking about Super Bowls anymore. They're building a roster that can actually get there. Gilmore's signing sends a message to the entire league. Dallas is back, and they're coming for everyone. So buckle up, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let me know down in the comments. How do you feel about this signing? Do you think this is the missing piece that gets the Cowboys over the hump? Because from where I'm standing, this feels like the start of something special.